Okay, when assembling a box, one of the first things I do is I look at it and kind of determine the orientation that I may put it in. And this one, it's a little long to do up on the end, even though that could be done. I think I'm going to do it on its side. And I am going to do one speaker in this one. So one of the first things I do is opening it up, try to determine what side can I put it in the speaker in the lid or in the back. And one of the things is I just test to see if it'll fit inside the box well and how it's going to fit. And in this case, I'm going to mount it probably in the back so it'll come out the bottom, probably on this side right here. And then I'm probably going to have volume, tone, and then the guitar input jack down here at the bottom. First thing I do when I'm going over this is I'm going to remove the hardware now, because to do the next steps we really don't want any of the hardware on there, and we don't put that back on until after it's refinished. And I find that working with one of the small screwdrivers, and I have a magnet on here to catch the little screws, and so I just remove those. The next step, we're going to be trimming out the box with, this makes the box airtight when you put the lid back in, so that the air, you just get a better sound if the box is airtight. Also makes it open and close a little more snug, less, you don't have a chance of vibration. So that's why we do that. Right. You may recognize these. These are paint stir sticks that I think I got a whole package for 99 cents. What I do, my next step, we're going to measure out and inlay either in the lid or inside the box, where they get half and half of the stick inside all the way around, so that when you close it, it's nice and snug. You can see right here in the box, this is the same paint sticks. It's I've sanded and rounded the edges, so it makes it nice and snug. So we're going to measure the stick, and these will have beveled edges so that they will sit flush together and make a point. Okay, we got our 4 trim pieces cut. Just going to fit them in. Those will be like that, and they're all going to be beveled on the 45-degree angle on the inside. So this will be this piece right here. So I need to bevel the inside of those sides, back. So it's going to just pick about 45 degrees. Alright, there we go. Fits in there snug, not too tight, and you can see at this point what I would do is we're going to put a slight bevel on the outside of each of these edges, and I just pull one of these out one at a time. Now we've slightly beveled and rounded the inside of this. We're ready to glue that in. You know, always test fit it at this point as well, just make sure there's no weirdness going on, and we have a snug fit. Okay, I'm going to glue it. You can use wood glue, or if you're in a hurry like I am often, I'll use super glue. Okay, after letting the trim and the lid dry, make sure that there's no wet glue before you put it together. I often will just touch up these edges, make sure there's no glue sticking out, the sandpaper. Then you line up the holes from where the hardware that you removed, and that will be just so you get it on correctly. The wood is cut as a box to fit that way, and you'll notice. So this one looks really flush. This is really well done. The price. At this point, you can use a coarse 100, to 200, and then we'll finish off with a 400 before we do the stain. Okay, I just got done sanding it with 220. Sorry, I did 100 and then I did about 400. It's all smooth right now. It was really good. There's slight dust on it, and I'll clean that off before we stain it. This is where we want to put in the components. I'm going to have this as being my front, and the hinge will be at the top. I think I want to do the speaker off to the side. And so, lay it down. I'll just eyeball this here real quick. I've gone ahead and marked out where the components are going to go, the diameter of the speaker hole that I want. I'm still undecided if I'm going to set the speaker in the front or run it through the back and then bolt it in. We're going to find drill bits that kind of match the diameter, what we're looking for each of the holes. Drill those out. We can widen them out a little bit as we go. Go. So this in here. The next part we'll do is we'll go ahead and kind of plan where the mount the amp board inside. It's going to be mounted on the top. I'm going to reverse the LED so it comes off the bottom, and I'm going to make a hole so that the LED will poke through. I'll just show an LED. It's almost flush with the top, but it'll show it. We'll sand that out a little bit before we finish it. Okay. I've done the final sanding, kind of gone over, there's no rough spots around the holes. I've just test fitted the speaker. You can mount this on the inside or see about dropping it in. We're at a point now where I think we're going to go ahead and stain it and then go to the final assembly. And this is where I 3D print the parts, and this is the grill that we're going to be using. I just peeled it off the bed a second ago. I'll apply a flat black paint to that. This is just black PLA right now, and I like to give it a shot of the flat black spray paint just to take some of the shine off, and it just gives it a nice little finish. And this dries really quick, and you don't have to do too much. Do a little bit on the air paint. This is the box with one layer, basically one coat of the min wax or the stain. It is dried. It dried overnight. I've been doing either the 2X or the Rust-Oleum. The satin clear, it dries pretty quickly and it gives it a nice kind of a rich look. And I do it from a good 12 inches away. Do it light. You don't have to do it real thick because we're going to do a few coats and you'll just get a better coverage. Awesome. Feet and speaker grommets. The hardware that we took off, you can either leave it gold like it is or tarnish it a little bit. I'm going to hit it with some flat black. At this point, I've got about 3 coats of clear. I sanded in between each, and it's pretty dry, but I'm going to let it really harden before I start to assemble the rest of it. Now onto the electronics. I have another video, and the link is below, but this is the Qrome board. It uses the LM386-4 chip for the amplifier. In that build video, I show it built with the jumper pins to connect the components. I like doing that on the bench, and some of my boxes actually have it. But this one I did more of a permanent installation. The battery lead is soldered directly onto the battery. All the wires are soldered directly into the board. And what I do is when I clip the end, I tin it. I tin the end of the wire and I push it through and I solder it on the back. Makes a nice good solder joint. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to prepare the grill, and these are 632 screws, I think. And it's through. For mounting the amp board, I am using these 440 nylon nuts and bolts. These are beads that I got from Michael's or something. They're perfect for using risers. They fit the 440. So, put these in. At this point, the board is mounted. I use the nylon bolts and nuts with the risers, and the LED is fit flush through the hole. Turned out very good. It just barely pokes out the top. Alright, we got the speaker bolted in. And now we'll put the potentiometers in the audio input jack. What I've done is I've pressed the potentiometer in here, and this little metal piece makes a dent next to the hole. And what I'm going to do is just make it a little bigger with my hobby knife, and so that, yeah, that fits flush. So you want that to be flat, so that you have lots of thread on the outside. I've put the potentiometers in for the volume and the gain. Now I'll put the air hole in, and I just glue these in. Yeah, it's pretty snug. I'm just gonna go right there. We're gonna put the hardware back on for the hinges and the latch. Also, we can test fit the back this time. Now, you can put your 9-volt battery on your power lead, or you can use a hobby battery, 12-volt hobby battery, lithium polymer battery. I'm comfortable with those. I know them, I like them, I have chargers for it. The other thing that you can put is a 2.1 millimeter standard jack. I do the center pin positive, the outside is the negative, the ring, and then I make this removable from my board so that you can put either a battery or a direct current. To do that, I'm going to put a hole in the back of this panel. We'll mount this on the back so it'll be exposed, then it'll be attached to that wire. Put this together, so let's go ahead and do the top latch. Here we go. These have a set screw in the back, so you slide it on. I put the potentiometer to 0, and so that's going to be the lowest position, and the highest position will be, of course, 11 at the other side. And we'll just slide these on all the way. You can put it down. Just tighten that down. Using my drill, I put in a hole here, and we'll just mount this through here. And then there is a nut that'll go on the other side. Really wrench it. Should have some better tools for this. And that's gonna do it. Now I'll connect this lead here. And we should be able to fire it up now. Okay, here we go. We're going to test it out. We got the light. Good. That's gain totally off. And we'll put the gain up. Now we just need to find somebody who can play guitar.